Hello, welcome back to the Majestic Native, where I'll be your host, your teacher, and sometimes your student. I want to talk to you today about the Age of Aquarius. Um, and I want to tell you about the Age of Aquarius because I believe that it is very important and relevant in your life um, for you to know kind of a broad view of what you see happening in the world today, and especially in America. So, the Age of Aquarius is a period in the zodiac that stages that we go through, cycles that we go through, almost like an equinox type of thing. I have some PowerPoints here. Um, Pisces is uh, 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 the sign in the period that we just came out of. Okay, now we're in Aquarius. Okay, and what that entails is, um, just to make it semi brief, is a loss of privacy due to cameras and people, going into your past and all of these different types of things. Just general lack of privacy. You know, um, as well as the rise of feminine energy. Feminine energy, um, whether it be male or female, you know, um, because there is a male feminine energy. In the manosphere world, they call it beta. You know, and beta is just basically, in a word, it means that you have certain feminine qualities that kind of inhibit you from taking the lead. You know, so the age of Aquarius is also correlated with the rise of homosexuality. Um, I'm sure you've seen some of the young brothers, and no disrespect to anybody, you know what I'm saying? But I'm sure you've seen some of the young brothers going around with the blonde locks, the colorful, tight underwear showing, um, flamboyant colored sneakers, um, man purses, man bags, and multiple piercings. A lot of, you know, what we would have considered as feminine, traits. And I'm not saying that these men are gay. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is I do notice a shift. Okay, now it is a 50-50. At this point, it looks like to me. 50% being propaganda, brought on by the media in all its phases, where it's pumping feminism and female empowerment, sometimes, and a lot of times, in a ridiculous way. Women have their own power, they have their own abilities that we don't need to make up things, we don't need to embellish, you know. Um, and on the flip side of that, you have your women that do have true strength, have persevered through a lot of things, and you're seeing a lot of that rise to the top. You're starting to hear a lot of those old stories that at one time may have been suppressed. You know, um, but unfortunately, the rise of femininity is not the greatest thing. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. And like I said, on this channel, you got to take it on the chin. You see what I'm saying? Because femininity is sometimes irrational. And some females that have a bigger dose of rationality can admit that. Masculinity is more logical. Now, I'm definitely not by far saying, on every person that's the case. But as a whole, okay, that's the case. We approach things in that manner, and women approach things from a feeling standpoint. You know, Um, and so with that being said, their feelings can be played upon, you know, and and I know a lot of people don't want to admit that. You know, a lot of people don't want to admit that they've been tricked. But it's okay because we've all been tricked in some form or fashion. You know what I'm saying? And so that's my biggest reason for being here on YouTube, is to try to get some of these things out, because I feel that the people need to know. Because I've watched a billion YouTube videos, you know what I'm saying? And I just be doing backflips. Oh my goodness, because I can't, you know, speak my piece, you know. But anyway, back to the Age of Aquarius. So the rise of homosexuality, right? It's not going to go well, and it's going to be a bumpy road, you know, because you're going to see the clash between men and women, you know, and this goes back, you know, to what you would call ancient times, which I mean, wasn't that long ago. But this all happened before. This all played out before. This battle, or this disagreement between men and women, it was instigated, and yes, I did say instigated before. Okay, a lot of what you will deal with in this life, if not all, is Roman and Greek and Latin. Okay, so now there is a I don't know if you want to call it city, town, village, whatever you want to call it, in in Italy, right? And the place is called Crete. Okay, now in Crete, it was so vile. It was so you know, homosexual. It was, you know, they had no respect for women, no love for women, and so women were persecuted, you know, and so women, a lot of women fled to the island off of the coast, you know, near Crete, right, known as the island of Lesbos. Okay, and on the island of Lesbos, the women gathered their ranks and they learned how to fight, and they would capture and mate with only the strongest males, so that they could, you know, further, you know, their plan, which was to not only protect themselves but to take over as well. Now, when this happened, right? Of course, there was a great divide between men and women, because over in Crete, you had the men, right, killing the little girls that were born, right, out of the hatred for females. And then on the other island, you had the lesbos, the lesbians. Yes, I said the lesbians. That's where they get the word from. And you can look it up. Okay, they were killing the little boys. Okay, there's no way you can. And these women were known as the Amazons. Okay, this is where they get Wonder Woman from. Okay, she's an Amazon. You know, and they learned how to fight. You know, and they were pretty fierce. And you know, so it appears that this is getting ready to happen again. So that's why I say it's not going to be pretty. You know what I'm saying? And there was black people in those times. There was black people in Italy, and in all doing all of these nasty things, doing all types of crazy stuff. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, this has happened before. Okay, you have Crete, you know, and you have Lesbos. If you do the research, you can find out. Now, I don't know exactly what put this all to a close and made it the way that it is now. right? To the point where it is reverting back to that. Um, I don't know. Maybe it was the flood, you know, the biblical flood. I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't know everything. If someone has any, comments or clues on that, feel free to let me know. Drop it in the comments. Um, and if, after watching my videos, like, share, subscribe, that would be much appreciated. I would love to have you. I would love to continue to speak with you. And like I said, be your teacher and your student, you know. Um, Thanks for having me, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.